What the fuck is up, everybody? This is motherfucking Ceen Crazy. Bring back another video. Back as bitch. We're about to do the part. This is part 3 of the Kanye West and Tucker Carlson interview. This will be the last part I'll do on this channel. So yeah, this is basically going to sum up everything. I guess kind of wrap everything up and as neat and tightly as I can on here. Because like I said, there's a lot of statements on here, but I'm just reacting to the most important statements on here, and this is another one that kind of caught my eye. This is called, this is in Ye's words. It said, "This is when my connection with Obama faded." So now this kind of sparked my interest a little bit. So I'm kind of interested to see what Kanye West has to say about this whole topic on here. So we're gonna get into it on here, and Tucker Carlson, he's conducting a fucking fantastic interview so far. This is crazy though. Yeah, it's crazy how Tucker Carlson is just sitting there listening into Kanye West when traditionally most people would just, you know, talk over Kanye West or try to get him to shut up and everything. When he's trying to basically speak and tell his side of whatever story that he's trying to tell, you know. And basically that falls underneath the thing of censorship, and Tucker Carlson is not a big fan of censorship. So yeah, that's why most people hate Tucker Carlson. That's the other reason why most people hate Kanye West, because, you know, he's uncensored. You know, he basically will tell you straight up to your face how the fuck he feels about everything. Like, and they hate that. They hate those type of people. I don't know why. But it is what it is. Anyway, let's get into it. So, not me talking, not me rambling. Let's get into this shit.
Do you talk to Obama still?
I was Obama's favorite artist. He actually met with me. Obama met with me and my mama to say that he was running for office back in 2008. And that he wanted the support. And everybody was so into this idea of the black president. And you were always cool. And it's also like, you know, how many of us are there? You know, Obama level, Ye level, you know, Virgil level, just black, you know, so brilliant that we cut through all of the lines of racism. Like, you just can't get rid of us. Nat King Cole level, Dave Chappelle level. So in some place we'd have to be friends and get along, because it's like,
and that's the other thing too. Didn't they try to cancel Dave Chappelle for doing a fucking yeah, they were trying to cancel Dave Chappelle. I think it was either this year or last year. But Dave Chappelle, they were trying to cancel him for doing a special on Netflix where he was telling, I think it was trans jokes or something, and the LGBTQ community got so fucking pissed off that they decided, oh, let's go ahead and try to fucking cancel Dave Chappelle. Well, guess what? It didn't fucking work. Dave Chappelle's still, you know, he's still doing his thing. He's still, you know, making specials and making the comedies and everything and going to shows and everything. But yeah, they tried to cancel Dave Chappelle. That's another person that they tried to attack for making trans jokes, and yeah, it's like, what? And that's another thing too. I don't get it how this fucking generation is so fucking soft that they can't even take a fucking joke. They can't even take a fucking joke, you know, whether it be a fucking trans joke, a fucking gay joke. It don't really matter, you know. People cannot fucking take it anymore because they see that as a fucking attack on the LGBTQ, whatever the fuck that means, you know. But yeah, it's ridiculous, you know. But yeah, they tried to cancel Dave Chappelle for that shit, and it was bullshit, you know. But yeah, it is what it is. But I just thought I would throw that out there because, you know, that's another thing about this cancel culture is no matter who the fuck you cancel, you cannot stop them from doing what the fuck they're doing, you know. That's why cancel culture is fucking bullshit. And everybody who believes that it actually works, it don't work at all. Like, like what is cancel culture? try to shut someone up for speaking truth or something. Is that what cancel culture is? Because that's how I see it. It's like trying to shut people up that they don't agree with, or if they go against a fucking agenda and they don't agree with it. That's basically what it is. But anyway, just thought I'd throw that out there.
You're at that level. You're like a, Formula One Lewis Hamilton race car driver. We're still driving a white car, but we're the best race car drivers that ever existed. And that was me and Obama's connection. But soon as I wasn't saying the things that I was supposed to say as a rapper, our connection faded.
So you don't talk to him anymore?
I'll talk to him if I see him,
Yep.
but I guarantee you he see me. I don't even know that, man. I just thought that sounded cool. One idea that was in my head about 3 minutes ago that I really want to say is that's really interesting about the when companies get the BLM managers.
What's a BLM manager?
Black Lives Matter office manager. It's basically you get a semi-influential black person to become the face of a white company.
Yeah.
Right. So that means like in the design world, in the art world, they actually would pick artists that were less talented than other artists based on their influence, not based on their actual work, because everyone is vying for influence and an opinion. Everyone is afraid of losing their opinion. So with Nike, right? Nike is as famous as, you say Nike's more famous than PayPal, right?
Yeah.
Right. What number company do you think PayPal is?
I don't know.
Number 4.
Overall?
Overall, you got, well, you know what the number 1 is, right? It's Apple.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting number 2, but number 3 is McDonald's. Then SpaceX is maybe 6 or 7. It's really interesting that as lit as Elon is, his previous company is actually still worth more than SpaceX. So what number company do you think Nike is? The Nike. Number 321. It's not there to be as big a financial company as it can be. It's there as an influencer because black people love Nike. So
Facts.
Nike is like a company that is redlining and gerrymandering black people. So the reason why Gap wanted me to go to Gap, it wasn't based on, oh, we need to get our stocks up. It's like these companies, when they've been around for a long time, Gap's not like, they're like, we're in the rag trade. We're never going to be Apple. And everyone, all of these American companies somehow took this deal where they start putting in these really awkward, weird number kind of CEOs. Like Nike's got one. The Gap had one. It didn't work out. And there's all of these weird operators inside of companies. Even in Balenciaga, they're just there for control. Steve Jobs talked about it. It's the most important thing you can have is control. Look at me, all the money, all the influence, and I have to act a complete ass to have any say-so of anything that my children are doing, because that group of people have control and say-so over all the children inside of the clan. So that's what these companies are set up for. That's the type of CEOs they're hiring, especially when the founders are out of there. They kind of just give the companies up to a bunch of people, and they're all in cahoots. Like anyone that ever worked with me, they just look at, oh, who's farming for talent that we can hire to be our new BLM office manager. Like, kind of like Obama.
What do you think of Obama as a BLM office manager?
Best one ever. Best one ever. And I think Obama, just like Virgil, these people were truly black to their core and truly brilliant to their core. But they went into situations thinking that they could do it the white way as a black man. And we saw what color Obama's hair was when he went in, and we saw what color it was when he went out. Virgil lost all his hair, and eventually passed away. So when I have techniques that are revolutionary, if I raise my voice, if I express myself on Instagram, it's a colonic. And people can say, oh, this what you're doing is toxic. If what I'm saying is toxic, I gotta do everything to get it out of my body. And there'll be times where I see a level of like oppression, Parisian proper, like next level, France owns 80% of African banks level colonization, oppression. And I'll be like, I'm not going to let you guys kill me. But one thing that has to really happen, say if Trump ran, right? We're not just gonna be black influence. We're gonna be vision and creativity. We've gotta rethink who we are as a species. Right now, we practice killing ourselves every day. Like, murder is legal in America,
And abortion.
Yes.
That's another thing too. I think it was either, I think I heard it or I saw it in an article. I can't remember. Maybe I saw it both ways, but there was an article where they're trying to push a law that basically releases all the criminals out on like no cash bail or whatever, and basically allows them to get away with, first degree murder, second degree murder, you name it, the list goes on. But yeah, I heard something about that happening, and I think it was in Chicago or something, maybe, or Chirac, as most people would call it now. But yeah, that's crazy though, because imagine if that actually goes into law. Imagine if that shit goes into law. Like, we'll have so many fucking criminals just running around killing each other and getting away with it. And like Kanye West just said, basically they're trying to make crime legal in America. That's what they're trying to do. That's their whole agenda, Release the criminals, defund the police. Once you take that away, then that's it. And then they also want to take away our guns too. So, yeah, after they take away our guns, then we're basically fucked. Unless you can figure out how to make it like a shiv or something, like out of wood or something, then I don't know what else to do. Like, you're gonna have to figure it out on your own. But yeah, if that law gets passed in one state, usually it starts going to all the other ones. That's what usually happens. They'll pass a law for one state, and then it will start spreading to the other states too. So, yeah, that's crazy though. But that's what happens though. Just thought I'd put that out there.
So, whoever gets the position needs to listen to the vision. I didn't know it was gonna rhyme when I first started. They need to have Elon. They need to have me. You should start with those two, and then we'll get to the rest of them. We could pull in a Johnny Ives, we'll pull in all of our living, super brilliant people. And we need to analyze and and not just sell out for the cash. Like these Fortune 500 companies, they're just selling out for the cash and put God first. And the best representation of God is the children. The children is the extension of the family. Put the families first. There's so many things. Suburbs. The train tracks being ripped up by GM just for capitalism. All these ideas that we have, we're now living in a place where we're the orphans of capitalism. And we just have to take a pause and rethink how we can have the most beautiful existence possible for our children, for the kids. And we're all kids. Yeah. We're all God's kids. We're all sons of Abraham.
Exactly. I agree with that. Well fucking said, Kanye. But we're not even done yet. We got one more of these segments left, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull that up real quick. So I'll be right back. This won't take too long. Alright, so I just pulled up the second segment on here, so this is the last one I'm gonna do, and yeah, and then that's it. So let's go ahead and get into it. So I'm gonna shut up and let's listen. Let's all listen in. I'm listening with y'all too. So yeah, I'm trying to soak up information like y'all right now. So yeah, let's get back into it.
Ask West any question about virtually anything, and the conversation moves.
Oh, but yeah, this one's called Ye talks about his spirituality. So this is a pretty interesting one that caught my eye as well. Because I mean I'm honest. To be honest, I'm really like curious as to what his spirituality is, because I don't know Kanye as a person, but I kind of want to see what he says on this topic in particular about his spirituality and shit. So yeah, I just kind of want to soak up the information and yeah, just kind of tune in and listen in to what Kanye's saying, instead of tuning him out like millions of people are probably already right now. So anyway, let's get back into it though.
Ask West any question about virtually anything, and the conversation moves back to his faith in God, which is clearly foundational and is driving his transformation from a pop star to what he hopes to become, which is a spiritual leader. He explained it in this clip. What's your prayer life like? Do you pray a lot?
This is a prayer. We're in constant prayer. I thought Hail Mary came to me not in a Catholic way, but more like in a Tupac way, like, come with me, Hail Mary, I'm gonna run quick, see, what do we have here now? Do you wanna ride or die? Na, 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 na. Have you ever heard that?
Yeah.
It's like a Negro spiritual. It's a chant. It is, it puts you in that mode. I got a song that I made. It was like a mix, it was a hybrid of that and Led Zeppelin. And it goes, it's like my best song. La, 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 wait till I get my money right. La, 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 then you can't tell me nothing, right? And people, I can open up this stuff. I can open up tours with this song.
And that's another thing too. I've actually went back and listened to some of Kanye's music recently, and I've started to like a lot of his new projects. Like when Donda came out, when his Donda project came out, I literally trashed it like a motherfucker. But then I went back and listened to it recently, and now it's starting to hit differently for me. It's like I start to understand it a little bit more. And that's kind of what I think. That's what Kanye's music is like. When it first comes out, of course you're not gonna really fuck with it at first, but as time goes by, then you're gonna come back to it and you're gonna be like, oh, holy shit, this is a fucking masterpiece. And Donda was a fucking masterpiece. So was his other albums. Like, I'm trying to remember his other albums. He's got a lot of albums out, so I can't really keep track of each one of them. But yeah, he's got a lot of good music out. But most people want to, trash it without even listening to it. And that's another thing I fucking hate as well. Like, and me being an artist, I make music too. I make music myself, and I made a lot of good songs. I made a lot of bad songs, and I made, basically a lot of songs, whether they be good or bad, and like, that's how art is, You can't really judge art form based on what it is, because art form is very like fluid, in a way, Um, so I kind of hate it when I get comments of, when people be like, "Oh, I don't like how you fucking used autotune on this song. I don't like how you use this on this song." It's like shut the fuck up. Like I'm just trying to make music. That's all I'm trying to do. By the end of the day, I'm just trying to make music. That's all it is. And people want to fucking hate on me for that, and I don't give a fuck. And that's kind of the same way Kanye West was being treated as well when he first came out and everything. His music started getting trashed and everything, and yeah. But yeah, Kanye West, he makes some pretty good music, and it's just people are so fucking blind. They're so fucking programmed to hate Kanye West that they don't even want to take the time to actually sit down and listen to his music word for word. That's basically how it all comes down to. Yeah, people are fucking programmed. That's it. But anyway, let's get back into this.
I wanted to point out this hybrid. It's like if you see Zombieland 1 and Zombieland 2, or Terminators, anything, they always make the characters a little bit badder in the next generation. So that's, Kim is like a hybrid. She's not just Marilyn Monroe. She's also a fashion person. She's also a mom. She's also an activist. She's a lawyer. She's a multi-billionaire. She's hot. She's one of the most beautiful people of all time. This is a different level of video game character now. And when you see a headline that says, Kim says, "Oh, I'm going to stay single forever," that's the indoctrination. Because they want this person to tell all the little girls out there that they need to be single forever. All moms, I know there's definitely people who watch this.
Exactly. I'm gonna pause that real quick. That's what they do. That's what they do with all these supermodels and all these other people. They are here to indoctrinate people. That's what they are. That's what they are designed to do. They are designed in a fucking lab. That's what they are here to do. They're designed to influence the next generation to do whatever they're doing. So yeah, that's why nowadays people are trying to push this fucking it's okay to be trans, it's okay to be gay, it's okay to do this, it's okay to do that. That's indoctrination right there. Whenever you see a fucking celebrity as big as like Lil Nas X, for example, yeah, they're using him to push that shit onto the youth and to kind of to indoctrinate the next generation of children, and that's what they're doing. And I don't know if I explained that pretty good. I think I did. I think I got a pretty good explanation of it. But that's basically what they're doing. They're using these giant people with platforms to spread agendas and to influence and chisel the next generation into whatever the elites want them to be. Whether it be trans or gay or whatever the fuck. It don't really matter at this point. It's all the same thing when it gets all fucking when it all adds up. It's basically the same exact fucking shit. But it's ridiculous though. Yeah, indoctrination is real, people. You heard it from me, you heard it from Kanye. It's real.
You think that? So you don't think that's an organic, natural thing? I mean, that is a message that she is being used to send.
Absolutely. Think about the song, "Don't Talk About Bruno, no," which already sounds weird, like it's, talking about like an uncle or something that did something wrong if they say, "Don't talk about Bruno," right? But in the song, listen to the lyrics, it says, "The man of my dreams will be slightly out my reach." And I just see my kids running around, and I see these things, but, the thing about, for the execs at Disney that are studying everything I'm doing or saying, trying to figure out how to connect with 15-year-olds, and that's why Bernard Arnault, buys Supreme, And instead of putting a true skater designer, they put like a BLM manager as the head of Supreme, because Supreme has an impact with the 15-year-olds. For the Disney guys, you know, you might not believe in God, but God believes in you. It's not a battle you can win. It's like, don't jump, Anakin, I have the higher ground kind of situation. So you could put out all of the indoctrinations and, you know, moves and have the biggest media company, but why am I alive? Why am I protected? Why did I become the richest black man of all time? Like, how did that happen? And the more and more I lean into God and work for God, the more wins God is going to bestow on our team, on Jesus Gang. And for me to go out and just state an obvious and empathetic statement in the middle of the most liberal central, like to go, that was like Tiananmen Square or something, right? I was like, with Candace Owens, and we both wore the shirt at the same time. You know, we got some Jesus soldiers out here, and people say they're willing to die for it, but we live for it. We're living for the battle. And what's the battle for? Life itself. Our children. They're killing us through the food. They're killing us through the content. They're killing us through the programming. But God is alive, and is alive in all of us, and we will overcome.
That's facts.
It sounds like you're hopeful for the future of the country.
Absolutely, because I have the vision for it. I understand the ecosystem. I understand how to even liberate a big pharma. I have solutions for the future. You know, I don't have the entire vision. You know, certain things are just in front of me and they happen when they're supposed to happen. But there's so many open doors. Like, we have this concept, this is put on my heart, the idea of a monastery, or I call it the Dondastery, which takes the different disciplines and blends them together. And in the Dondastery, we have proper baby health care. Like, and I'm sure there's a higher, like, actually when I met with Gabby, she had a really, really good term for this. And so many people bring their babies to the hospital, not just black people, and the doctors mess up. And they're like, oh, there's been some complications. So to be able to have like incredible nurses. I was very specific about saying nurses instead of saying doctor too. I don't believe you need a doctor, and I'm not a doctor, but a nurse. It's possible, you know, to have a successful childbirth. And so that's the first thing we provide: shelter. We won't turn anyone away. Food, clothing, high-end curriculum, and vocational curriculum, farming, carpentry, automotive, computer, software, and hardware. So it becomes a new place where someone can lay the baby on their steps and say, hey, the situation I'm in, I don't have enough money for another kid. I don't have the time. I don't have the room in my house. I just don't have the resources. And every day for the past 2 months, I've been walking by this Planned Parenthood, and I'm thinking about stopping in because I just can't have this baby. And what I'm doing is saying, hey, well, let's put a place just across the street from the Planned Parenthoods and say, this is a place that when you decide to have your child, this child can have the best opportunity at life.
Do you think this society discourages parental involvement, parental influence over the children?
I mean, society is like a big term. You mean
it is Well, you had said that your father was discouraged from, being in your household, and you have been discouraged from being in your children's lives.
Yeah.
Do you think this is a thing that happens to a lot of people in America, to a lot of men?
Absolutely. And a lot of men deal with a mother and the baby mama and the mother-in-law ganging up to take the child away.
Yeah.
And not wanting to give the dad his say-so. Like, there was even a moment where we were arguing about North's basketball coach, and I had to say, like, I went from not making a basketball team in 8th grade to winning championships in 9th grade by practicing every day. And North likes basketball. I'm going to come and practice with her every day. I'm also going to pick the other coaches that work with her. And now that she's back playing basketball, this is the most confident person in the league. She's like the Dennis Rodman. And when North snatches the ball out of a girl twice her size, and she comes over to the side, I tell her, don't let anyone take anything from you ever. Don't let anyone take anything from our family. Don't let anyone take our company. Always protect your brothers and sisters.
Subscribe.
That was a perfect way to end it, Kanye. Way to fucking end it. Dude, he's got a vision. Kanye's got a vision. I'm saying that right now. He's got a fucking vision. And not a lot of people may agree with it, but it's definitely a vision. And it's crazy, though. It's not crazy, but yeah, it's a vision that most people are going to overlook. But years later, they're gonna look back and they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, that was an awesome idea." But yeah, his vision for a place where people can literally drop off their say if somebody got pregnant or something and they don't want their child or something, they can literally bring it to this place so the child can get nurtured and have their best opportunity at life. That's basically what Kanye West was trying to say on there. So, which is a pretty good idea. Not a lot of people think about that, but Kanye's got a vision. Kanye's definitely got a vision. And I hope he can eventually make it out of Hollywood, break out of Hollywood, and be able to, go independent on his own and be able to do what he wants to do without all these people in his ear trying to fucking influence him and try to shape him into this fucking fake ass person that he really isn't, But yeah, that's basically what Hollywood is, They try to influence you any way they can, and then they try to leverage you any way they can as well. So yeah, like they'll say, oh, if you don't do this, we're gonna take this money away from you. Oh, if you don't do this, we're gonna take this away from you. That's basically what leverage is, and that's what Hollywood does to people who, step out of the norm and go against their agendas that the elites have fucking put in place. This whole system is chaotic. It's chaotic, to be honest, and I can't really explain it even better than that. We are living in a chaotic system, and I hope that someday it just gets broken. I hope that the whole system that is in place right now fucking crumbles to the ground, and people that are like Kanye West, that are free thinkers and shit, I hope they're the ones that get to rebuild society from the ground up again. That's how I see it as. That's how I see it as, But anyway, that's all I got to say for this video. Hope you all enjoyed the video. If you guys did, go ahead and leave a like down below. If you guys are new to this channel, hit the subscribe button. Let's keep running the channel up. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Definitely we got through this interview. I'm glad we did. But yeah, Kanye West is definitely out here on a mission, and I hope he completes his mission. I hope he is able to break out of Hollywood and is able to do everything that he wants to do without being influenced or anything else, You know, because the only influence he needs is God. You know, as long as he's influenced by God, I think he's got it. You know, that's just my opinion. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. This motherfucker Ceen Crazy.